Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, you gotta see the weird behind the scenes, but yeah, you didn't see that. Can't see that. Can't see that now. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? I am your host, Kai, and tired from accounting today, but ready to do some content creation. It's gonna be an interesting night that may also include alcohol later and random banner and is it 30 seconds? Bullshittery, but we'll kind of go from there and see how the night goes, because it's
Is it 30 seconds yet? I love how it says is it 30 seconds yet? It doesn't have to be 30 seconds right now, does it?
No. It doesn't have to be 30 seconds.
Let's not get into that. Let's not.
Okay, so yeah, well, it's something. So anyway. Without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about my beautiful, my fantastic, the most awesome guest of the show tonight, TFG1 Mike. I mean, Viper. All seasons, 80 episodes, includes the pilot.
Right.
Viper. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
What?
Uh-uh.
Oh my God.
I've heard of Knight Rider. I've heard of Airwolf and all that. When was this?
Yeah,
What era was that?
So Viper was it's essentially like the 90s, early 2000s version of Knight Rider, sort of.
Oh.
Let me give me 2 seconds here. Oh, man, I was too busy playing with my new lights back there that no one will be able to see, because I have to have the actual lights on in here, because 2 seconds. Viper.
Yeah, that it's cool lights in the background, but yeah, couldn't see it. It looked like you were in the man cave.
Oh, that's what it's supposed to be, but let's see. Debut. Ooh, no, that's right. Hey, did you get all those other things I sent you?
I got home and I hadn't got it yet.
I understand.
I hadn't got it yet, Dad.
I understand, but there's MGS noises in there and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, I know.
1994 actually is the mid 90s. Yeah. So Viper was NBC's 90s answer to what Knight Rider was in the 80s. They tried to recapture it. Mm-hmm. And what it was it was a 2-hour movie initially. This guy who was a criminal, I mean, obviously Michael Long wasn't a criminal. Right. He was formerly a cop, blah, 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 all that with Knight Rider. But this guy was a former criminal turned like special agent type whatever, and the car they had, because in the 1994 the Dodge Viper was everything. It was a morphing car thing, and the show was so interesting at the time. It's 90s cheese, really, at the end of the day, but like,
is it as cheesy as the Beetleborgs?
No.
Okay,
cheesy.
I know they were Power Rangers knockoffs.
Yeah, they were. So Power Rangers has Zordon, voiced and played by David J. Fielding. The Beetleborgs have Jay freaking Leno. Are you kidding me?
Hey, at least they could do stand-up comedy at night.
That's true.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I don't know what to say.
So we're here.
Well, let me go and make an announcement first. I know this is going to break some people's hearts tonight, and I got some sad news. So, dealing with some ad problems on YouTube right now, AdSense, some other crap, and right now, so it was weird. Last night I log on. It says you need to update your AdSense. So I said, okay, I can do that. Sure. And then I click it and it says, oh, we're sorry. You don't have an AdSense account. And I'm like, okay, I had one from June 27. It shows active here. So I clicked this and then it said, oh, well, none of the emails register, which I was like, okay, that's not right either. So I'm going through all this and trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So it says I don't have an account, so I create one. And I was like, okay, maybe supers and ads and ad revenue separate. So what was weird about it is I made the account. I was going to come home and fill out the tax information tonight. And turns out I got demonetized and disapproved in AdSense and said try back in 30 days. And it said and they said, oh, it could be because of wrong website or duplicate AdSense. But Google's telling me they didn't have an AdSense. So I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So I messaged out to Team YouTube because it says you can't do anything for 32 days. And I know I was getting close, thanks to some super chats, to getting the first YouTube check. And I wanted to make sure. So now I don't know if they keep the damn money. I don't know what the hell's going on. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? So, with that said, until further notice, guys, and I don't know if I can deactivate it. I don't know what the hell is going on. And I'm waiting till for Team YouTube to get back to me, which I'm waiting. Because I keep getting all these weird bots on X that are just spamming Team YouTube right now, so I have no idea what the hell's going on. It's ridiculous. But until further notice, please don't send me any super chats. As much as I appreciate it, I just don't want it to all go to YouTube right now. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Right.
And if you really guys enjoy the show and stuff, and you want to consider supporting my locals, you didn't do anything, Dabbles. You didn't do anything, Dabbles. I don't know. I don't know, man. If you sign up for locals, you get notified when I go live. You also see behind the scenes stuff. There's messages there. It's like a forum and stuff like that. I'm not out of the woodwork yet on YouTube, guys, and I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm not going to stop streaming. I'm not going to stop doing my shows. How do I want to put this? It kind of hit me the wrong way at 6 o'clock. Yeah. And it kind of was like someone just punching, not even kicking, taking a metal Louisiana Slugger baseball bat and just smashing it right up into my balls as hard as they could. That's how it fucking feels right now. So I'm not the very happiest right now with it. I understand. I'm like, hi, smash. What the fuck? So yeah. I'm like,
completely understand, but there is no such thing as a Louisiana Slugger. It's Louisville Slugger.
Okay, Louisville Slugger. Okay, I don't care. I don't really give a shit. It's Louisiana Slugger for all I care. Louisville, yeah, whatever. I'm not a baseball fan. I don't give a shit. Go Phillies. There you go.
Go what?
I've heard everybody talking about the Phillies right now. So,
are people talking about the Phillies? What did they do this time?
I think they're in the World Series.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't pay attention to baseball. I'm not a baseball person. Do I look like I'm a baseball person? No, I'm not.
Da-da-da.
Oh, you're a Boston fan, huh? Boston Red Sox.
How many freaking times do I have to tell you this? I was born and bred up there, so of course, 100%.
You were born and bred up there. So you're telling me that there's a whole bunch of little mics running around.
No, I didn't say multiplied up there. I didn't say
you
clone.
Said born and bred. So I'm just saying.
Bred, like, the white stuff, damn it. So tonight,
Yeah.
Since it's just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
God. I had messaged you and I said, hey, I've been kind of doing all this anniversary research, and isn't really research. One of my podcasts that we do over on the Geekcast Radio Network, geekcastradio.com, is called Studio 2009. The reason why it's called Studio 2009 is because Steve Megatron and I wanted a new, fresh thing that we could do. And we were just going to call it the studio, but there were some other things called that. So Studio 2009 was when the Geekcast Radio Network first launched. So that's why it's called Studio 2009. Mm-hmm. And in that I said that basically we can cover anything and everything that fits into the audio or visual medium. Mm-hmm. So if you can hear it, if you can see it, watch it, read it, listen to it, whatever, play video games, whatever, we will cover it. And we started that back in... When did we start? It was 2020 because it was the middle of nothing. Because, 2020 was nothing. We started that. Oh boy, that's way back. No. That's. I already have it planned out to 2026, but that's beside the point. That's me and my neuroses. Oh, come on. I hate scrolling, folks. Where's the thing? On here. Really? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, really.
Page down is your friend, folks. Really.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
You want to get somewhere fast, page down is your friend. We started in 2020. I don't know what. I'd have to look at the feed and whatever else, but we started with the introduction, so obviously, you want to start a podcast with the introduction episode. We then did an episode on our favorite media. We did top 10 portrayals of Batman. We did apocalyptic films. We did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure of a Bogus Journey, and we still have yet to do Facing the Music, but we will do that at one point.
Apparently, you can watch for free on YouTube right now. With ads, so it's an easy way.
Yep. Or, pay for YouTube Premium. That's an easy way, too.
There's apparently a big war going on with that right now on X about people that want to don't want to pay premium but don't want ads, and those that don't because they're getting ready to do that ad block. So you got some big names out there arguing, saying, well, ad block is theft, and others are saying, no, it's not, and it's turning into a whole big lunacy. I mean,
I can't.
There's some people going in. There's people going unhinged about it, and I'm like, just okay. Yeah, I hate ads as much as anybody else, but hell, have you seen Netflix and HBO Max and all the others? Now you can buy the cheaper version, but hey, you get ads now.
No, I'm not. So I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If I am paying for content, I am going to pay for ad-free content. I like watching Super Bowl commercials and all the funny commercials and all that, fine. But I don't need mesothelioma ad waking me up in the middle of the night when I'm trying to use forensic files to be put to sleep to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't need help, I'm falling and I can't get up to wake me up at some ungodly hour of the night kind of thing. So the reason why I'm saying, I've been doing this. So this year in 2023, it has been 30 years since the year 1993. 30 years since 1993. Steve and I are going to do an episode about Robin Hood Men in Tights. We are going to do an episode about Batman: Mask of the Phantasm because both of those released in 1993. And then my buddy Mike Laidman and I are going to do an episode about since 1998 was 25 years ago, we're going to do one about Metal Gear Solid. And as soon as I told Kai that, he about jumped out of his skin.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's the one that I was really interested in. Also, this is for you, Mike.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
Out of all the shit I just sent you, that's what you pick out when I'm trying to talk about Metal Gear? Like, you could have at least used Snake or something. Come on, man, keep it on brand.
Oh, hey, I had to mess with you a little bit. It wouldn't be a stream if I didn't mess with you a little bit, would it?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there's something about Unity going on now. I mean. Hey, Steve posted something about the CEO in Unity earlier today, and I just thought of you as like, if only Steve knew. If only Steve knew. Yeah, Mike's defeated right now, or he's banging his head on his desk, one of the two.
Desk is too far. My head is too big. No, I'm reading something.
But yes, Metal Gear is a lot of fun. I played that growing up since I think it was 86 or 87. I mean, he said it's 25 years, so the first Metal Gear would have came out in
No. Metal Gear Solid came out in 1998. End of story. We're not talking about the Nintendo version of Metal Gear. We're not talking about the...
Okay, so hold on. Why do you not like the original Nintendo ones?
Because I never played them. And Metal Gear Solid is what... Yeah, I never played those. And Metal Gear Solid is what got me into it. The demo disc. When we used to get demo discs.
I remember that one.
That's what got me into it. I never even knew about Metal Gear. Like, Nintendo to me is Zelda, Mario, Punch-Out, all that other stuff.
You could probably play those too.
I don't want to play those. That's the Nintendo ones. I've seen them on YouTube. I'm like, ugh, this is not my Metal Gear. This sucks. I don't want to play 8-bit Snake. I want to play PlayStation Snake.
Well, I will cover those two just for a moment then.
All right.
I'll cover those. So I started playing those in the 80s, and that was Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, which technically are before Metal Gear Solid. And those two was the first one, Metal Gear 1, which had to do with you're a rookie and you're brand new in Foxhound, and you're going on a mission led by Big Boss, which turns out to be basically the one that's running Outer Haven, which is, interestingly enough, the same one that you play, spoilers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in Phantom Pain. So basically you fight him, and then in Metal Gear 2 you fight Big Boss again from Phantom Pain for the last time, which you are now head of Foxhound and having to find people that was left. Those two was what jump-started me into Metal Gear. Those were, I enjoyed them. I liked the idea of going around looking for weapons and stuff. Yes, as Mike said, it's 8-bit, so for those that don't want their image tarnished with going from PlayStation to back to 8-bit, yeah, there's a big difference here. Now, that said, moving forward, when PlayStation released the demo disc of Metal Gear Solid, I know a lot of people that went crazy because we hadn't had a Metal Gear in a while. And the fact that they really did a great job with the way Snake looked, and David Hayter as Solid Snake was fantastic. And the fact that you could have two different endings. One was a true ending, one was a bad ending, of course. But I thought it was very well done. Now, rolling forward to this, Mike, what was your favorite part of Metal Gear Solid, the first one?
Oh, man. I forget where the demo disc
Did you ever
version,
play the full of it? Did you play the whole thing? Okay.
Oh yeah. the demo disc version, I forget where that ends. Is that, I know we get through to, I think we get through to the elevator.
Yes, I think you're right.
He gets up there and we go through all that, but we don't actually get into the base, if I remember. We get into the base, but it's we don't face any bosses kind of thing. Yes, no,
Right.
absolutely. I've played the full version. Yeah. And I love that game. That game was so cool. That game is to me personally, is the ultimate tactical espionage. Like, there have been others since then, I'm sure. I don't know any of them. I don't care about any of them. I care about Metal Gear Solid. And when that came out, I was like, oh, this is just so fun. And even after you beat the game, what's so fun for me was to just go back to that very beginning part and just continuously try to figure out how to sneak around the guards and the this and the that and the exclamation point and all that with, huh? What was that?
Yeah.
You know? Oh man, it was so much fun.
Did you play around with the cardboard box?
Of course, everybody played around with the cardboard
Yeah, it was
box.
amazing. Yeah, that was my favorite one. With, I think I saw something here. What? They're
Why
like,
is that box moving? Hey, you, get back here.
Yeah. In Phantom Pain, they had a part where the soldier says, "Sir, I think I saw that box move," and the other guy's looking and says, "I don't see a box moving. What the hell are you talking about?" And you do it again. He's like, "Sir, there's a box moving. I'm serious." He goes, "I don't see what you're talking about." And then the guy flips out again and says, I know this box moved. And he tells the soldier, he says, "All right, private, report to the medical for examination." And kicks him back. And I'm like, God, that was funny how they did that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're not a Metal Gear Solid player if you did not play with the box. So
absolutely.
that is confirmed. Now, Hideo Kojima was a genius at Metal Gear, which, in my opinion, was a great loss to Konami, who decided they wanted to go with pachinko machines. And now you see in the casinos, play Metal Gear Solid as Solid Snake. And I'm like, what the hell is this? But yeah, that's what they decided to downgrade themselves to, is gambling machines. Granted, Konami had some good hits. They just, I don't know what happened to them. I mean, I never did down the rabbit hole with Konami of what made them fall apart or what made them really get out of there. Because they had Silent Hill, which was really popular. They had Metal Gear franchise, which was popular. And they had the Castlevania series, which was popular. So I'm like, what broke within Konami to make them decide we're going to give up getting in the game business and go to gambling machines, basically? I'm like, it made no damn sense to me. But my favorite boss was Psycho Mantis.
I hated that.
Because he could read what was in your memory card, and you had to switch controller ports to beat him because he knew.
That was interesting. No one else was doing something like that.
That was a clever mechanic. That really was. And he's just sitting there, I'm reading your mind. This is interesting. And it's whatever you have on that save file. I was like, this is ingenious. This is a cool boss mechanic.
That was interesting and fun, and you had to switch. Like, I can't read your mind anymore. I can't. That's amazing.
That one was a lot of fun. Then there was Sniper Wolf, which was fun. That one, I remember that one. And that was an interesting fight. But that's at the point you finally got, I believe that's about the point you got your first sniper rifle in that one too, which was a fun fight. I didn't really have any dislikes for Metal Gear 1. I thought it from start to finish, it was good, including dealing with Metal Gear at the end there. I liked the Metal Gear boss fight. That from going from 8-bit Metal Gear, which just stood there and you had to either fire missiles at it, or in Metal Gear 2, you fired homing missiles and you had to guide it through the ports to hit the Metal Gear. This one was the ultimate boss fight, in my opinion. Having to roll and move out of it. And I liked the combat with that. And I thought Liquid was an interesting new character to bring into the series. That was Solid's brother that absolutely hated Solid, all this. And you never really understood why until way later on.
Yeah.
Everything all right, Mike?
Sorry, I'm a little I'm a little distracted. I'm writing a thing to somebody because usually, it's like never fails. I'm in the middle of doing something, and then somebody is like, "Oh, by the way, blah." I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna respond to this now." Yeah, no, the boss fights you're talking about, Liquid was great. The whole big Sons of Big Boss kind of thing, that was awesome.
And I liked it that Liquid ended up killing Solid Snake's trainer, the Master, which, going into that, the way Hideo Kojima retied everything together was brilliant. I mean, so we roll forward to Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain, the Master was with the fake boss the entire time. That you're playing Big Boss, the fake one, because the real Big Boss proved that anybody could take the mantle with the right motivation. And so once the Master, which I'm blanking on his name, realizes what the hell's going on.
Master Miller.
Master Miller, thank you.
Miller.
He realizes what the hell's going on, and he feels betrayed by the real Big Boss for doing all this whole fake crap. He takes Solid Snake and runs away with him to train him, because he realized one day they'll fight where Ocelot takes Liquid and trains him, because Ocelot stays loyal to Big Boss, whereas Master Miller is giving him the middle finger, which I thought that all tied beautifully with that to conclude it. Plus finding Liquid in the Phantom Pain and all that. I thought that was a really good tie-in to it, which to me, it's weird because if you look at it, you're playing Metal Gear 1, which is Solid Snake, which is continuation from the Nintendo. Then Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid 2, was the one that I think I disliked the most. It was the bait and switch. You played as Snake for all the way through the ship, and then the ship goes down, Metal Gear Rex is stolen, and you switch to Raiden. Or Raiden, whatever the hell you want to call him.
Raiden, yep.
I didn't like that as much. I mean, Raiden was an okay character, but I expected Solid Snake the entire time, not play Raiden the entire time. Now, it was a cool fight scene at the end of that one where you fight side by side with Solid Snake, but it still wasn't. That was my least favorite because it really didn't have Snake much in it.
Yeah. The reason why I liked that one, I mean, yeah, you are 100% correct. It is a full bait and switch, but Sony and Kojima and everybody, they were marketing masters with MGS2 because of that whole the scene on the Verrazano Bridge and the rain and the Snake has to run an out gun and do this and do that and whatever else. There was never any, like, up until the game released, nobody, and you were absolutely right, bait and switch and all that, but still, I liked it because I liked how they showed from, see if I can get this right, when did 2 come out? 2 came out in
2000
blah, blah, blah.
Blake, I know it's early 2000.
Yeah, no, 2000. Yeah, that's what I thought. 2001. So Metal Gear Solid comes out in 1998. We have that until 2001. Metal Gear Solid 2 comes out. So in 2001, what I loved was that they did all this stuff. They did all the stuff about, hey, you're going to get to play as Snake. And in 2001, the PlayStation 2 and all that and the upgraded graphics, and they were showing you can shoot bottles in the gallery and the kitchen and then this and the, like, they were all about the effects are so much better in the second one than they are in the first, which sequels should get better.
Correct.
Look at, you compare 4 to 1 and 2. 4 is leaps in Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, leaps and bounds technologically. Graphics, oh man. And that's what I love about 4 is it's a completely different story. It's an older Snake. David Hayter sounds like he's coughing up a lung as the character, not
Right.
as
I know
as himself. And then in the middle of that game, they basically take us back to MGS1, and I'm like, oh god, this is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was just great. It was just awesome. I was never a fan of Snake Eater because I was never a fan of the stuff that, like, I understand Solid Snake and Liquid Snake had an origin before the beginning of MGS1, but I was never interested, like, I don't care about Snake in the jungle with camo. That's not, no, I want Snake in, you know, like, again, with Sons of Liberty. He's sneaking around okay, granted it's Raiden. Sneaking around a military tanker, but even before the bait and switch, Snake is also sneaking around a military thing, having to avoid them while this big speech is going on about Metal Gear Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like that. I think, you know, MGS1 was Metal Gear Rex, MGS2 is Metal Gear Ray. That's
right.
awesome.
It was Rex and Ray, yeah.
That was so cool.
But
so fun.
So the one thing though, looking at Metal Gear Solid 2, some boss fights were fun. The Vamp one was a lot of fun. But at the end, I played that one the least. I mean, the other part that I liked was once you overload the computer that's supposed to be the Illuminati or whatever, that starts going haywire. So you get this fake colonel and your fake girlfriend and fake everything radioing you nonstop. And you're like, what the hell's going on? And I thought that was good. That was basically saying, right, and you're being controlled by the Patriots basically the entire time. And I like that.
That was good.
But going back to what you said about you disliked Metal Gear 3. Metal Gear Solid 3, I think, was released, which maybe I feel like Guns of the Patriots should have been done, because I feel like Hideo Kojima wanted to build up a little bit more about the origin of Big Boss, which I did like the story in Metal Gear 3. I didn't care for having to eat to survive, like, and finding food all the time. I didn't really care for that part, but I get where it was. You start in the jungle and then you're trying to get there. The music was fantastic. The Snake Eater song is still one that is just stands out. I do like how they introduced Ocelot and Big Boss's lover, Eva, in it. And I thought that was basically the building blocks to build up, but it was a weird one because it threw a wrench in the series, because most people think, okay, Metal Gear Solid 3, you're playing as Solid Snake. That's the people got, because you had David Hayter, you had Big Boss still looked the same as Solid Snake. And then you find out later on that it was Eva that had Solid through the whole genome program and and so that one to me was interesting, just how that foundation started. And then Big Boss, his origin, which in my opinion, and this is where it was interesting, I feel like Big Boss originally was a hero.
He probably was.
I feel like. So have you ever played all the way through Snake Eater, Peace Walker, and Phantom Pain?
I have not. No, GS1 and 2 are the only ones I've ever played. Everything else I've had to watch on YouTube from other people playing it to get the story.
So that's interesting. Big Boss was just a soldier. And then he learned about the secrets of Illuminati and all this crap. And
yeah, no, I know the lore of it because I've looked up Metal Gear Solid chronology, and it says 1964, 1963, and on down. So I know the story. I don't know. I don't have a current gen game system. I think the last video game system I had was a PS2, and that was over 15 and a half years ago or longer. I just switched to PC, and I don't really, I've said this before on the show, I've beaten Grand Theft Auto 4 multiple times, and I just use it as just like, I need to de-stress, I need to whatever, I just need to sit here and have Blackstone Cherry blaring in my ears while Nico just, destroys things with rocket launchers and grenades and all that. And, so, but I still have a love and respect for, and the other thing is, as I mentioned before, as I've mentioned in other, another reason why I'm not investing in a modern system anymore is because with the cerebral palsy, and as I've said, I play video games one-handed. The controllers now, my hand's pretty freaking big, as you all can see.
Now, could you ever do VR?
Probably if I wanted to, but
if they ever did like a Metal Gear VR or something like that.
Probably. Wait, didn't they have VR missions, or was that just called VR missions?
It was called VR missions. Yeah. It was just fake maps. It was just the control. Yeah. It was a challenge mode.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you could control it with,
if I could just control it with,
and not.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to do. I'm not as invested into all of that anymore because I just don't. Like I said, I respect the legacy of it. I absolutely love the legacy of it. I love that I can go on YouTube and I can look at whomever it is and watch them play it just so I can get the story. I don't need to have the experience of... As long as I have the experience of seeing something, I don't need to have the experience of playing it. I just don't. It's just not my thing anymore.
Yeah,
I still have a SNES Classic that I still play, so I'm very old school when it comes to the gaming stuff, which why in the world Nintendo did not put TMNT 4 Turtles in Time on that is beyond me.
I don't know. That's a classic. But going back to Metal Gear. So the reason why I thought it was interesting, because it was talking about the rise and fall of Big Boss. It was a really good origin story, in my opinion, and I feel like Kojima masterfully did this, where, okay, you have Snake. He's just trying to be a good guy, and then he creates Peace Walkers, which they become basically an independent army to try to stop wars and stop all this, and eventually the world fears that they're too powerful, betrays them, and you last see at the end Phantom Pain, where... basically your character saves Big Boss in an explosion as you've been betrayed, your outer haven's destroyed, which sets Big Boss down a new path that basically he wants complete destruction of the founders, plus I feel like he wants to take over, and I feel like he went down that darker path after everything happened, which led to Genome and everything, because so that's why I was like, it portrays, it's kind of like almost like Anakin. I hate using that reference, how he started as a good guy and then just went, but at least Big Boss's reasons was a little different, Mike. His whole entire group of guys were destroyed and betrayed. I mean, so it was interesting, and I never expected in Phantom Pain. Now, the thing that pissed me off about Phantom Pain was
It's
there
Keeper, not David.
no, Kiefer didn't do too bad, but David Hayter should have been the one doing it. But they didn't finish it.
Oh no.
They never finished it. They said there was going to be a chapter 3 and a chapter 4 and all that. They scrapped it.
Wait.
There was supposed to be a continuing story after that. Instead, they slapped the ending together. There was multiple endings, but the true one was you basically stand in front of a mirror, you put the cassette tape in that you find, and it's Big Boss telling you that you and I are one, we're the same. You say, man, you realize you're the helicopter or medic that saved Big Boss, and both you ended up in the hospital together, and he changed your face to look like him as a test to prove that anybody with the name Big Boss could run it. And it was a weird...
Yeah.
But the thing with it was they never finished it. There was supposed to be even more stories to it in chapter, I think it was chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. It was not supposed to be the end like the way it was. And hey, Diane, we're doing good. We're doing good. I hope you're doing well. We're talking a little bit of Metal Gear lore. And that's the part that ticked me off. But that was the part where Konami snubbed Kojima. Wouldn't even let him get his own award at the award ceremony. And at that point, just basically parted ways with him and never let him finish it. And then shortly after that, they oh, you were a soldier from Peace Walker and got sucked into a vortex and you're in an alien world and welcome to Metal Gear Survive, which is like the stupidest thing that they ever did. And I'm like, what? And that's probably still one of the worst scored games ever. It was broken. It was garbage. Everybody's like, what the hell is this? Aliens? What? This made no sense. And it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Between the end of Phantom Pain plus the Metal Gear Survive and how they snubbed Kojima, that I think was the death knell of the series. And Konami had no interest in continuing the franchise. But without the master who wrote every single thing, it's like painting the Mona Lisa and having it unfinished and then have another painter try to take over where Da Vinci started. Not gonna happen. Yeah. It's not gonna be the same art, the same style. And it's tragic that it had to end that way, because I would have liked to have seen what happened after Guns of the Patriots. So, like, did Snake finally find peace and then have a kid, or what the hell happened? Granted, he was getting older, but you never know. And they did have Metal Gear Rising, which was Raiden's story, which was a good game. It was an action hack and slash, but Senator Armstrong is still one of my ridiculously favorite villains in that. and I'm sure you've seen that one, right? Yeah, he's kicking Raiden in like a soccer ball, and he's like, fuck the media, fuck this, 24/7. So I'm like, God damn, this guy. And I was like, man, this guy is kind of cool. He's like saying, fuck the media, fuck. I'm like, wow, okay. But it was it was crazy. And was like, the funny thing. No, go ahead.
So the funny thing is with this chronology, and I understand they release games when they want to release games, and games are supposed to be a movie of sorts, kind of, especially in the PlayStation, PS2, PS3, obviously now PS4, 5 days. But I've mentioned this before. I have big issues with time jumps. So how can you call it Metal Gear Solid 5, but it takes place in 1984 before the very first game? Like, I get how the plot revolves. Like, so the fictional chronology in Metal Gear: 1964 was Snake Eater, 1970 was Portable Ops, 74 was Peace Walker, 75 was Ground Zeroes, 84 was Phantom Pain. The original Metal Gear was 95. The Solid Snake was 99. The Twin Snakes was 2005. Sons of Liberty is 2007 to 2009. Guns of the Patriots 2014, and Rising Revengeance is 2018. So I don't mind it when I approach something that is part of a chronology, as long as I know where it's set. But I look at this list and my head just like, the numbers in my head just explode, because I'm like, why are you calling this and I understand why they call it Metal Gear Solid 5, because it was the fifth blah, 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 whatever, but it doesn't take place in whatever. But yeah, I mean, Guns of the Patriots was great. Guns of the Patriots, as you said, is technically Snake's final swan song of a game, because they haven't used him since. And the sad thing is like you said, Konami has pretty much dropped the franchise, which sucks, because can you imagine what a new Metal Gear game would do right now?
Blah, blah, blah.
Hey now.
Hey, thanks, Snake. Appreciate that.
Out. And yeah, Metal Gear Survive was, I saw that and I was like, what the this? Like, don't give me this what the hell?
Yeah. Could you imagine the rage people had when I first got Metal Gear Survive after snubbing Kojima like they did? It was like, whoa. Now,
Absolutely.
granted, Kojima has landed on his own feet, has his own studio, and Death Train, aka the Walking Simulator, which I still never played, but it didn't look interesting to me. And they're doing a Walking Simulator too, by the way.
Oh Lord, of course they are.
So, but my problem with it, and I agree with you, it's confusing for somebody jumping into it, because if you follow it from like Nintendo, the first two Nintendo fit well with going into the third one, which is Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear 2, that flows well still. It's just weird. You have a different character. Metal Gear 3, bam, we're back in the past now. And in my opinion, what they should have done was either went ahead and did Guns of the Patriot as Metal Gear 3, and then released the next 3 as a prequel trilogy, or something different. Because yeah, you're right, you get confused with it because you jump to 3 and then you jump back to 4 and you're like okay. And then you're missing key parts in Peace Walker and Phantom Pain to put it all together until you're like, oh, well, that explains all this crap that rolled in everywhere. I would have liked to have known in Phantom Pain if that would have been like the after that would have been technically Metal Gear 6. Oh, hey, Big Boss is really you're a fake character that basically Big Boss created in his image to rule and all that. I would have liked to have seen all that flow together, because in Metal Gear Solid, you don't really know who Master Miller is.
Yeah, you just assume because you're going along with the story. So you have Colonel Campbell, you have Merrill, you have Mei Ling, and then you have Master Miller, and Master Miller is there to give you advice on combat and various things, but yeah, you're right. We're just supposed to assume that this is an old teacher of snakes, an old whatever of snakes, and obviously it's Liquid in disguise. But yeah, but again, most things don't. I don't know. Most things don't end up giving, like, I wish that's one thing with Guns of the Patriots. I wish, like, during that flashback or at some point during that game close to the end, they would have given us something, because they could have. They gave us that whole scene going back to Shadow Moses, and they did nothing to explain the whole. I mean, I guess technically it's a Master Miller, he was a former teacher of snakes. Okay, technically that explains it, but that doesn't explain why Liquid had, and I don't think it's ever said in the games, I could be wrong, I'm usually wrong, I don't think it's ever said why Liquid Snake dressed up as Master Miller for the whole don't remember if it's ever said in MGS. I mean,
It
I
doesn't
think
really.
Liquid's.
It doesn't really say particularly. It's just like, ha ha ha! I killed your master, and it's like, it's like okay, and it was. And it was like Liquid really hated Snake, which that hatred is obvious in Phantom Pain, but you wouldn't understand why when they're kids at that point. You wouldn't really quite understand that whole part of it. Just like in Metal Gear 4, you bring in Eva. You would not have known who the hell Eva was unless you'd played Metal Gear 3. So there was this whole foundation that was all over the place. And it felt like, okay, we're going forward and back and forward and back and then back some more. And like, if we could just have got it more systematically and got more of that knowledge, because then you realize, okay, in Phantom Pain, oh, wow, Liquid is a menace and needs a lot of discipline. And he's very violent and he attacks Big Boss. And you don't see all that stuff. You don't understand the origins behind a lot of this stuff until you get to Phantom Pain and Peace Walker, and it starts piecing together everything that was there. And that's the one thing I didn't like about the storytelling is you did jump all over the place, because Guns of the Patriots should have wrapped it all up, and there should have been no questions of who, what, where, when, why, how. We knew the Fox die at the end was going to kill them all. It's implied that Metal Gear or Solid Snake continued to live and did not die to the Fox die. That's kind of implied. But anybody associated with his bloodline died, which was weird.
Yeah.
Which I never quite understood the Fox die, considering Fox die went after pretty much damn near anybody. Even though it's supposed to only go after Big Boss.
Yeah.
But Fox die went after a lot of different people.
Yeah. So Master Miller, I mean, so it's not expressly like, I mean, it's said in like passing in the games, but Master Miller was the survival person of Foxhound, like the survival trainer of Foxhound and all this and all that. And he does have his own history or whatever else, but like, I don't think I need it. Like maybe now, 25 years later, do I want to delve in? Sure, fine, just so I know more about the character. But 25 years ago, when I was 18 years old playing this game, I'm like, oh, okay. And then, like we've already said, come to find out, oh, shit, it's not actually Master Miller. It's Liquid disguised as Master Miller because Liquid killed whatever. You know, some of these video games then and now, some of them have to just be streamlined, simple plots, but Kojima didn't really do streamlined.
He never did simple plots. No, he was a master storyteller, but he didn't really make it easy to flow when you're bouncing all over, because Master Miller didn't take any role until Peace Walker and Phantom Pain. You would have never known who the hell this guy was until that point. And that was where the problem was.
And again, 1998, I was 18 years old. We just were about to see 94. No, we were almost at the end of Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Mm-hmm.
And again, going to the demo disc, because that's what I played back then. I obviously, since then, I've played the full original MGS game, but oh my God, you people. They put Black Cat as Dr. Naomi Hunter, Jennifer freaking Hale, before she was ever any kind of Master Chief. I was like, holy crap, what's Black Cat from Spider-Man the Animated Series doing in Metal Gear? That is so freaking... I had such a crush on that woman.
Well, Master Miller's was the voice actor that played Leonardo. Yeah, I was like, I recognized, I was like, hey, it's Leonardo. That's the first thing I said. I was like, I recognize this voice actor.
Oh, Cam Clark. And Colonel Campbell is Paul Eiding, who is Perceptor in the G1 Transformers show.
Yep. And I will say the gameplay out of all of them was fun. I like being able to hide around in the cardboard box and stuff. I think the one that broke the barrier was Phantom Pain. There was a demo for 2 years. Let me tell you the name of it, because I can tell you real fast, because it's still on my list. They never got rid of it. Ground Zero, I think.
Yeah, Ground Zeroes was like it's weird.
Ground Zero was basically, at first I thought you were playing as Solid Snake again. I was like, oh, this is cool. I was like, okay. And it was just a demo of going through this base and checking out all the new engine and the details and stuff. It was their new Fox engine or something that they were doing. It was really cool. I was like, but it was out there for several years, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Is there a game to this? Turns out that was a true demo that had nothing to do with the game.
The actual game, yeah.
And then once you got to the actual game, it was a hell of a lot different. But the Fox engine was still really cool. It's an engine that did not get used except for Phantom Pain, and it was disappointing because that engine had a lot of capability. It was really good. And the graphics, as playing as Metal Gear or playing as Big Boss, was fantastic. And I liked the open world aspect at that point with Phantom Pain, where you could land anywhere in Afghanistan, and I think you did go to some parts of North Africa, I think, if I remember right. There's a few other areas, but it was still cool. It was still neat how you were going all over the place, and you could choose to land anywhere. Now, the base building part of that was the only gameplay I hated, because if you got too big, they had a stupid PvP mode where people would come and take your shit, and you had to PvP. That was the one aspect that I didn't really care for. When a game company is trying to force two different niches together like that, it don't go well. It's like some people like PvP, other people don't. I don't care for it because I've outgrown it. I used to be a competitive asshole when I was younger, and Warcraft 3, that was my jam. I was in tournaments and shit when I was younger. I'm just like, I was aggressive. League of Legends was the last time I did PvP. It turned me into a literal asshole because I hated when my team screwed up and lost. I couldn't do it. And then at that point I went to raiding, which, trying to manage 30 people at once. This was when I was younger. And I remember one time this person was failing at healing nonstop, and then they wanted this gear, and she made a comment, and this was after 12 months of us not getting anywhere because I couldn't heal. And I said, I really want I really want this. I deserve this. And I said, yeah, you deserve me to kick your ass out of the fucking raid. And everybody went, because I have never said that. I was like,
oh boy.
That was the last time I raided. I was like, my patience after running Rift raids for over 3 years just went, because every week that she didn't attend, we cleared everything. And I was trying to be nice because this one healer was not available all the time, and we tried to help this person. But my point is, when you go into competitive games, you have a different mindset, and sometimes it turns you into an asshole. And most people don't like to deal with assholes in their PvE games. They want to just play the game, enjoy it. If you want a PvP, you're being competition, hey, you're going to expect that kind of high adrenaline, high octane, give everybody the middle finger or whatever, be poor sportsman, whatever the case it is. That's what I didn't like about the Phantom Pain, was forcing you back into that PvP spirit if you got too big.
I've always wanted, I mentioned this last time when we were talking about the whole single player multiplayer thing a few weeks ago, whenever it was. Yeah. I've always been single player story mode. I do not care about PvP. I do not care about team play. I don't care about any of that crap. I just want to play the story of the game. That's all.
I like stories like Metal Gear, but I also like games that have team play, like survival. I like the idea of putting us all together against a harsher environment, us working together to figure it out. Something that's a little bit more relaxed and not like high strung like 50 or 40 man raids used to be in World of Warcraft. That is just like, let's put it this way. I joke about Chaos herding cats in Payday 3 with all those. No, real herding cats is herding 39 other people and looking at attendance and like, oh my God, this is -1 DKP or this. And it's like, this sucks. I ain't getting paid for this shit. So I'm like,
so let me ask you, if we say her name 3 times, will she appear?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's
think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
She's hilarious. Oh God.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the Metal Gear, man, it was just so cool. And because you got to think, 1998, what did PlayStation really have? I mean, yes, I know PlayStation launched in 95, but what did they really have for upcoming gamer evolution that it started? They had Spyro, they had Crash, they had
Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII for the RPG people. I'm not an RPG person.
Metal Gear Solid.
Right, they had Metal Gear Solid, which, but like when Metal Gear Solid came on the scene, it was totally different than anything else at the time, and that's what we needed. I think there was, well, that was more so by the time the second game came out in 2001, but like there was Legacy of Kain, there was. What I forget what they're going by now. So back in, I want to say 98, 99, I used to go to this theater in Louisville, Kentucky called Showcase Cinemas. It's no longer in business, sadly. It hasn't been in business in almost 20 years. They shut down in 2005, I believe. Anyway, you go to some movie theaters and they'll have like arcade games, whatever. First time I ever played, and at the time, this is what the cabinet was called, Soul's Edge. First time I ever played that, I'm like, ooh, this is cool. So, and then obviously it's Soul Calibur, it's this, it's that, whatever they're going to call it. So, but like, seriously, like, you look at all the run and gun games we have now, you look at the GTA franchise, which we could do a whole other...
Yeah, that's a whole other other topic,
Right, no, but I'm saying, like, Metal Gear paved the way for those yes, GTA had stuff, but I mean, Metal Gear was kind of like this pioneer of not necessarily the run and gun, but the strategy of being a militaristic type secret agent, whatever, and then you have all the Grand Theft Auto stuff with San Andreas and Hot Coffee and Grand Theft Auto 4, 5. I am so... Are they gonna give us 6? I just want GTA. I'm so sick
it's coming
of all
out, but they just keep doing teasers here and there. It says, oh, check out this new character. Check out this new character. Oh, check out this new character.
Check out this poster.
Yeah, it's like, I'm tired of that. I'm like, just release whatever you're gonna do by now, please.
Yeah, it's been too long. But Metal Gear was the one. Metal Gear Solid was the one that kind of paved the way for all of that back in 1998, and it just has a legacy that is just so cool. Even if the timeline is convoluted and confusing.
Yeah. So I mean, it was the modern gaming for that, and it really broke a lot of molds. I mean, then you had games like Alpha Protocol and others that tried to follow the whole tactical espionage that Metal Gear had. And the cool thing of Metal Gear is you could go through without violence. Oh, hold on. hold on. Chaos Queen. She's like Beetlejuice, right?
Yeah,
Beetlejuice. Is she gonna say it's showtime? Yeah, she heard. I told her. I said we were talking about her, saying how awesome she was, and then I'm like, damn, she's missing us talking highly about her.
I hope I'm. Yes, I'm spelling this right.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, we were talking highly about you, and I'm like, oh shit, here to hear all the compliments.
Oh man. Yeah, Metal Gear 25th anniversary, absolutely amazing. And yeah, so you also wanted to talk about physical media versus digital media and everything else. And this is I forgot to go get my other thing, but this is why I have the Viper set here.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so latest news, Best Buy and Walmart are phasing out all physical media. And let me get you the dates here. Reportedly, Best Buy will stop selling physical DVDs in-store and online, and they're exiting all Blu-ray sales as well. Walmart, I don't have a date here, but it was also phasing it out. So basically what's going on right now in the media world is we're looking at a precipice where if you don't have physical media, you better get it now, because once it's gone, it's gone. So you probably won't see Blu-ray players much anymore. You won't see that, which is going to suck.
So it's funny you're saying this, because 2 years ago, I'm not trying to bring the whole show down here, delaying for Chaos Queen to show up, but 2 years ago, after my wife unexpectedly passed away, I needed something. I needed to do something. I needed whatever, and I had for the longest time. They released Batman Beyond on Blu-ray, the entire series plus Return of the Joker on Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go get a Blu-ray player. So I went into Walmart and I have a Sony 4K Blu-ray. I'm one of those types of people that I will, if I can, I will future-proof my technology when I buy it, so it lasts years and years and years. I don't have to buy the same thing. Like I said I forget if it was Stone or if it was you. I was on one of these episodes, and I said that my previous computer to the one I have currently lasted me 12 and a half years. And everybody was like, 12 and a half years? Well, yeah, it was future-proof. It had everything. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, phasing out Blu-ray, like, come on, people.
Yeah. I mean, here's my take on it. We just had one of the biggest disasters with Netflix. Mm-hmm. Back to the Future trilogy. There's a scene in Back to the Future 2 where Biff slips out the almanac out of and puts a porn magazine inside the almanac cover. Marty goes up to the trash can and grabs, and of course it's not naked porn or anything. It's just women in skimpy outfit for the 70s or whatever the age it was. Back then they didn't really do that stuff. They had women in lingerie, and it was not. And he goes, "Ooh la la!" Netflix took that whole scene out because
I don't understand.
Oh my god, it's offensive, and I'm like, how is that offensive? That's like the least offensive thing in any freaking movie. And that was the point. A lot of people got angry at Netflix and stuff. And Netflix was like, ooh. But this is the reason why everybody said digital media is bad. Because if you stick with digital media, you will lose stuff. They will change it. They will alter it. You will not have the same thing that you remember. If 20 years from now, beards are bad, suddenly we get in this weird era where having beards are bad. They will basically shave all the beards off our faces in every movie, and you're like, why?
Hey, I mean, if somebody wants to come here on a weekly basis and shave my beard, fine, go ahead.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm being polite. I'm being polite on the whole thing.
I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking about.
But literally, that's where we're at. And I'm like, people want to watch movies in its original form. My dad, he's 65 years old.
Right.
He was freaking out because, and I know some people are like, oh my God, what a horrible person. He liked Blazing Saddles. Thought the damn movie was funny. I had to go find him for his birthday a copy of that because he was worried they were going to edit a whole bunch of it because, let's just be real, it didn't age well with today. But for people his age, it was a fun movie and nobody thought anything of it.
Okay, let me say something here. I've said this before. This is how I personally look at this stuff. When I think it was, I'm gonna say it was 2008, 2009, when they were when Warner's was originally releasing the Looney Tunes collections, there was a PSA from Whoopi on I think Volume 3 or whichever one it was, where it's like she's like, this was made at a time where it wasn't okay, but it wasn't blah 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 blah. I look at things in the time that they were made. I'm not holding up RoboCop, which is one of the most violent 80s movies ever, to today's standards, because today's standards are completely different than they were 40, 50 years ago.
Correct.
So you have to look at it in the sense of the time that it was made, and then make your decision whether you want to consume it or not.
Well, it's just like the Disney Plus stuff. Every time you click some of the old timeless classics, are you sure you want to watch this? Or this doesn't I'm like, really? Come on, guys. Everybody knows it was made in 1960s. 1960s is a different genre, different personality. Who cares? It was made in a different time. If you like Dumbo, who cares? That's the problem with losing physical media, is you get all these people trying to change everything and you're ruining timeless classics. And this is also going to go with video games. Video games is not out of the woodwork on this. And that's the problem. And as we progress, everybody says, oh, it's more convenient. But here's something else that people forget too, Mike. If you go to digital assets, do you really own it?
Well, okay.
No. Do you own it?
Okay. So I'm one of those people that I will buy stuff on voodoo.com.
Mm-hmm.
I like using them for, I have tons of, just go over here really quickly. I have, I don't know how many movies, whatever, on Vudu, but I purchased it as long as the website is still up, as long as it is still functioning. Hell, I even tweeted, messaged whatever them on X the other day about something. But like I don't even know how many. I couldn't even tell you. Let's go from numbers to Z. So, you know how lately the big thing for certain podcasts is like, we're going to do A to Z podcast, alphabetical, whatever. So I like doing my sorting on Vudu by A to Z, starting with 10 Things I Hate About You. The film 21 with Kevin Spacey and whoever the hell else. It was about the gamblers and all that. So you go from all the way there through all of the alphabet down to Won't You Be My Neighbor? The Mr. Rogers special is the last thing I have in here. And I have like, I don't know, 40, 50, whatever it is, movies from the Bourne trilogy to the Bad Boys movies to Batman to Turtles to Armageddon. I have all kinds of stuff on here that I've purchased over the years. And I specifically, every time I purchase something on Vudu, whether it was back then or now or whatever, I save that receipt email in a folder just in case anything look, I own this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to continue this thought because this ties into the whole Vudu thing, but I have to go get it. So I will be right back.
No problem. Yeah, so while he's getting it, the one thing that I was concerned with is, so Steam. You buy a game on Steam. Do you own it? No, you don't own it. At any time, Diane says, my Wednesday's going well, thanks. I'm glad your Wednesday's going well. And he's back, so I'll continue that shortly.
All right, so I purchased this. As soon as it came out, I purchased it. This is Batman Mask of the Phantasm 4K.
Great movie.
This is amazing, okay? This includes a digital code. Well, I have had Batman Mask of the Phantasm in whatever standard SD version it was on Vudu for years. It upgraded it to when I put the digital code in, it upgraded my SD version to the 4K version.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So while I loved putting this in my Blu-ray player and watching it and watching the special feature that's on here because it's a tribute to Kevin Conroy and all that. I love that. I do love the ease of having things on, on digital. But you're right. How are we going? That's why I said I save all the receipts to all this stuff just in case, because man, if something did happen, you never know, kind of thing. Yeah. But it is what it is.
And so, the reason I'm saying this, okay, so back to my thought. So, Steam, it's a platform. Just like YouTube, anything else. You buy all your games off there. Do you own those games? No. You basically are buying them off there. You have the right to play them, but if you do something wrong, Steam has the right to terminate your account. Therefore, your thousands of dollars worth of games are out the door. If you play a PlayStation for some reason and your account gets banned or hacked, you've lost everything. The fact that we have went to a digital age where your assets are no longer your own, but you're exchanging currency, you have no backup to fall on. Like your DVD, Blu-ray code that you have there, you have the physical, you have a way to get it digitally, you have access to it all. So that's a little different. So if Voodoo decides they want to ban you tomorrow because they don't like your beard, let's just something stupid, whatever the case may be. They don't like my beard. It's all scruffy. And so my point is, hey, I know. So my point with that is, and yes, I'm jealous of your beard. God damn it, shut up. I want a beard. I want a damn beard. Anyway. Anyway. And hey, Cal. So you have your Blu-ray and your DVD to go back on to play it, the game or watch it. With the fact that we no longer have physical, and that Walmart and Best Buy and all these places are wanting to phase out physical, I understand their point. Shrinkage, less theft. We're in an age where shoplifting is getting out of control and they're losing money on it. I get that part. Employee theft, you're going to lose that. You're going to have dollars lost. I get that part. They also can shrink their department stores down and make it much smaller and compact and have less overhead. I get that part. But there is still a lot of people, even our age today, Mike, that want a DVD in their hands or a Blu-ray or the 4K disc. They don't want to have to go online. My dad is 65 years old. He's still probably got easily another 20 years around. My dad still does DVDs and Blu-rays, and he doesn't have internet. Internet is expensive. He's on Social Security. He can't afford extra internet. He don't even have a computer. So my problem with this whole crap is, so you're going to tell all these elderly people that are our parents' age and older that are not part of it. Oh, hey, guess what? You can't watch anything anymore. Sucks to be you. You're going to have internet or learn how to download. Most of them aren't going to learn. They're set in their ways. And I just think this whole thing of training out physical and losing control of the asset that you purchased with your money is a bunch of shit, because there is no monetary exchange. Yes, you get monetary, you get to watch it, you get to play the game. Sure, that's the monetary value there. But it used to be, if I give you $50 in cash, I get a product and I get to keep the product until I decide to throw it away. We don't have that luxury anymore. And that's the problem I have with it.
And really, seriously, like, I don't know what their numbers are on DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever, but you look at Christmas time. What are our grandparents? My grandparents haven't been here for a long time. What are our grandparents, our parents, the older generation in our families? What are they going to do for, like, if I say, like, I remember, let's say 20 years ago or so or more, I would say to my grandmother, oh, I'd like this. And she would be like, well, Mikey says he wants this, and I don't know where to get it, and blah, blah, blah. So she'll ask one of my uncles or my mom or something. Like, oh, okay, well, we'll go get it, and it'll be in his stocking or under the tree or whatever. Walmart has always, and Best Buy, every time I I haven't been in a Best Buy in probably 3 years or so, 4 years maybe. But every time I would go into either one of those stores, as soon as you hit the electronics department at Walmart, as soon as you get past that counter or right next to the counter, it's all disc, whether it's DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever, it's all disc. Same thing with Best Buy. Best Buy up front, like, you see the registers, the very next thing most of the time is the DVDs, CDs, blah, 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 blah. Because, like you just said, there are a lot of older people who are set in their ways, who have a CD player from 1990 whatever, or they have a regular, hell, I'm sure some parents, grandparents, whatever, still have VHS, DVD, TV combo. You remember all those old screens, buddy?
Yeah.
Old screens you used to be able to go into where it was like a DVD, TV, VHS combo where it's all in one, basically like an all-in-one computer, an all-in-one Mac, whatever kind of thing. And it only plays DVDs. It doesn't play blue or it doesn't play 4K, but at least we have the DVDs. Another thing I did to appease my grief 2 years ago when Karen died, I finally pulled the trigger and I bought the original Turtle Van 1987 Turtles DVD set. It's 100 and something episodes, whatever it is. I forget what it is, but it's like 23 discs. It's like, I finally have the entire 1987 Turtles cartoon, and it's in I actually went out and bought a DVD folding, case thing and all that. And yeah, man, it just sucks that they're doing this. And Best Buy, okay, they sell electronics. Beyond that, I don't know. But let's just say they sell electronics, they sell cell phones, they sell whatever. They sell refrigerators and all that other bullshit too. But, like, they're a media seller. Like, that's what they've been known. Like, what are they going to I don't know, dude. It just sucks.
Well,
just
and
really sucks.
and it's getting worse. So I'll throw another thing your way. So what a lot of them are wanting to do now for video game consoles is they're wanting to do away with the hard drives too. They are all wanting to push to cloud. So they don't have to sell hard drives, so you don't have to save it, so they can pull the plug on you at any time. There was another article I was reading where they said, yeah, a lot of the future consoles will be cloud-based.
That's ridiculous.
This is the problem we're running into. And it's frustrating, Mike, because we're hitting this era where Okay, we don't have the internet structure for it, to be honest. Cloud system, you're always going to have latency. Not only that, most people have data caps because Comcast sucks, Cox sucks, all those guys. Oh, you're going to pay an extra $80 if you want unlimited caps. and if you're streaming a game, guess what? That's going to eat a lot. You know how many terabytes I use a month if you were to pull it up, if I streamed every day?
What's that?
I think I use about 8 terabytes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No, but if it was Cox, they would charge you for every gig you went over 1 terabyte, $10.
Yeah. This is why I pay for the unlimited.
I have unlimited, thank God, and my company does not throttle me. And but here's my problem with that: not everybody in the region has that luxury. Not everybody has that.
Yeah, not everyone has that luxury. Yeah.
So now you're going to make these people pay more money just to play their damn game because it's going cloud-based. It's a bunch of shit. People can't afford it. It's no different than, these damn internet companies milking us for everything we get. And it's technically damn near a necessity. I know that my dad's having trouble with it. And to think that we're going to go to a digital age and take away all physical copies, it's not good for the people that are older, that are set in their ways, or don't have that luxury. It's stupid.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen is that when Walmart and Best Buy stop doing this, and I know they won't do this, but hopefully what they will do is they will take instead of like destroying the stock, which I know most companies would destroy the stock,
they'll probably put it on clearance.
Put it on clearance, but if they're going to completely stop, you know what they should do? In every town that there's a Walmart, you should go to. All right, again. I lived there for 25 years, so that's what I know. You take Louisville, Kentucky, there are at least 4 different secondhand type shops that are, CDs and books. And there's a place called Book and Music Exchange. Okay. Mm-hmm. They do CDs, books, games, DVDs, whatever. These 2 companies need to embrace them. Basically, in order to do I don't know how Mr. Accountant, you would know tax write-offs, but
throwing it away. So tax write-offs now, it used to be Walmart and all these places. Some of them still do, but most of them don't. A lot of these places now that used to give it to the homeless, they used to take it down there and all that. It wasn't as tax beneficial. They didn't get the full write-off. So today, most of the time, they dump all the crap just in a dumpster. That's why dumpster diving became very popular a decade or 2 ago, because you could find brand new stuff in these dumpsters that Walmart just tossed, and everybody's like, "Look what I found! These are all brand new." And it got to the point that people were making money selling this crap off eBay by jumping in dumpsters. Now, granted, it was dangerous, and I would never recommend. I think people are crazy even going in a dumpster. But the fact that 10, 20 years ago, that's what they were doing, because it was easier now for these grocery stores and all these chain stores to just toss it in the trash instead of giving it away, because you get more bang for your tax write-off. And that was stupid. Yeah. But that's what they were doing. And that's where they'll probably dump everything. The only place you'll be left to get any physical copies, sadly, is eBay and Amazon. And anything that's on eBay is going to go up through the roof.
Oh, hell yes, it is.
They phase that shit out.
Again, like you said, your dad does not have a computer at all. So someone like your dad who is missing his copy of Song of the South, let's just say, for example. Okay, but I'm saying, like, it may not be that, but, like, whatever. And he can go out and either you can take him or he can go out by himself and do this, and he can go to a secondhand shop and see, oh, here's what I'm missing, I can get it, blah, 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 blah. That's what these companies should do if they're going to, which I know they won't, obviously, whatever, but that's what they should do. They should offload all their stock to the secondhand shops, so the secondhand shops can say, hey, come give us your, I'm all about, if I can support small business, I'm all about that. So,
Well, look at it this way. You see a lot of antique stores now that have our Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games in them, and some of them are worth a freaking fortune, even already previously played. I mean, it's the physical copy era is slowly fading, and it's crazy. Now, some people say, oh, yeah, you can transfer your games from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 and all this. That's cool and all, but still, anytime you could still lose it all like that. And I don't. Whereas I have a copy of it somewhere. I can just load it on a new hard drive or a new game or whatever and play. Sure, I may not get all the updates, so there may be bugs in it. It may be broken as shit. You may have tech support from Grand Theft Auto 4 says, wow, I haven't seen a ticket like that, like you did from, today or, in 2023. But guess what? That means people are still playing the games, still enjoying the games, and people are paying millions
100%.
of dollars for old Nintendo games that are not open. Can you imagine what that's going to do to that market at that point as soon as they phase it out?
100%.
People are going to be paying $2-3 million for a freaking Super Nintendo game.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy because, I agree. Physical media should still be around, especially if you want highest. I don't know how high quality. Like, I haven't checked the digital code version of Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, the 4K that it upgraded me to, versus what I saw on the disc. On the disc, it is amazing. That movie has never looked so good, even when it was in theaters 30 years ago. But like, it just seems like the phasing out of it all. It reminds me of, remember when the PS2 came out? Do you remember what one of the very first ads was that they did with that?
Backwards compatibility. Play your old PlayStation 1 games on PlayStation 2. And everybody loved that concept. And then once we had it only played a portion of them because it couldn't handle it for some weird reason. And then they're like, oh, this is too much work. We're just going to phase that out. And that...
backwards compatibility was amazing. But one of the very first teaser commercials for PlayStation 2, I remember this like it was yesterday. The PS9, we're going to inject it direct. I swear, this is a thing I will have to show.
I remember that. I know. Okay, I remember that.
We will put a wire right into your head. If they did that and we kept our game rights, it would be perfectly fine, because
it's in our brain.
You were saying earlier about VR and all that and whatever else, and I've seen several. I don't know if anyone in the chat or if you or anyone else follows Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD, or any of the tech creator. I know some people follow Linus and Austin Evans and all that.
I do have a couple chats I want to address real fast, Mike. So, no, I don't want them to feel like they're ignored. Lair says, can I just say we do have unlimited in Canada, but not really. It's $220 for high-speed internet, 100 download, 50 upload, and they threaten you with almost double your bill for every terabyte over. Bullshit! That's bullshit.
That is so much bullshit.
That is bullshit. And let's see. Okay, Kel was talking to Brad about being by the van down by the river. Let's see. Yep. And Stone. Okay, so Alaris was the one that was relevant. So love you guys. Just saying.
All right, we get carried away around here, and I'm not the biggest. I'm used to recording all this stuff, editing it, and then putting it online, so no live audience. So
we're doing it live, baby. Yeah.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
And if you guys were just coming in, right now, bad news. So some weird ass hattery shit happened at YouTube. I'm still trying to get it out. Hopefully Team YouTube will figure this out, and because I'm locked out for 30 days, but I've been demonetized. So at this time, you may still be able to send super chats, but I recommend you don't until I get this sorted. But you can support me on Locals if you want. I can give you the address again. You can also sign up for Locals for free. That way you can be alerted every time I go live. Or if it's like memberships, because I don't know what the hell's going on YouTube, but and Chaos says, I just got my game because I was summoned and I can't join. If you want to join Chaos, just hop in the lobby. Hop in the lobby, Chaos, and I'll pull you in.
I took care of her. I got it. I just sent her the invite to here, so she should be coming in.
Oh, it's
soon,
invisible. Just have her come into the lobby.
Oh.
Just have her drop in the lobby and I'll pull her down. This is a hidden channel. Yes, I've hidden it.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, there's purpose. I have a reason I hide this stuff.
No problem.
The reason you see
I am not worthy.
The reason you see it is because you have a rating, Mike.
Hey, I have a rating. Hey, there we go.
Quack. Quack. That's our intro. Just she didn't quack at us, though. Now she quacked now. No. Yep.
He's on mute.
Blah, blah, blah.
Stop it.
Hey, you're the one that's hey, check this out. Hey, I like that one. That's like one of the best ones.
Blah, blah, blah.
I love it.
Oh, y'all summoned me. What y'all want?
Hi, Chaos.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hey.
I am sick and I am cranky.
Oh, we were just talking about how awesome it was with you last time being on here. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
We were just talking compliments on you, so we were having fun and said, oh, hey, if we say her name 3 times, will she appear? So that's why I messaged you, like, oh, you're missing chat tonight. We're talking about you. But yeah, so that's the sad story with me, Chaos. I was demonetized by a glitch.
Glitch.
And I'm hoping they fucking fix it. As I said, I didn't have an AdSense account. Didn't trace it to my emails, which didn't make sense, which just said I was active. And then basically I clicked the link that they tell me to, follow through the steps. It says, oh, well, you don't have one. So I went ahead and made it with my account, blah, blah, blah. And now they're saying, oh, there's duplicate accounts. So now you've been demonetized for 32 days. You can't reply. And I'm like, so I messaged Team YouTube and they're saying, well, we're looking into it. So more than likely I'm gonna get the canned response saying there ain't nothing we can do about it. And I'm just like, the only reason why I was doing that is because of the super chats. They said, hey, you need to fill this tax form out on it so you can get paid. And so it kind of wrecked my day today, Chaos. It's like, I'm like, great, I've been demonetized over a fucking bug. And I'm like, and what's worse is I don't know if I'll get the super chats now. I don't know any damn thing. And I'm devastated because there's no way to contact anybody who says, oh, you can't reach anybody at AdSense. So I went to Team YouTube and said, hey, I don't know what the hell's going on. Is there somebody? Because they wanted me to do this. So I followed the steps and I said, I've got an email from the 27th of June. And now it's acting like I don't have an account. So I jump on the account and now I said, what the hell is going on here? And I can't check it or see if I can delete it or change it or anything for 32 days.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
And I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, this was heartbreaking tonight because I have been busting my ass every fucking day on stream. I love you guys. Don't get me wrong. I just, I treat this also as a business as much as I love you guys in the community. I'm trying to grow this brand. And also, I don't think they push you much if you're demonetized. And it's just, it hit me the wrong way today. Does that mean I'm going to stop the show? No. I'm not going to stop with the shows. I'm going to keep
The
going.
show must go on.
But I let's just say this is a day that I feel really fucking defeated.
And it's so weird. It's one of those things where, and I've said this before, I try my best to wake up in the morning, as long as I've slept the night before, and just face the day and just do the best I can and just, go. And then something like this is exactly what I've always talked about. Something like this will happen that will just derail the whole thing. He was so ready, and we've already talked about all the Metal Gear stuff and whatever else, but he was so excited and so ready and to have a fun conversation and this, that, and the other thing. And then all of a sudden YouTube comes along and Google and all that and does a glitch, really? And it's going to take you a month and 2 days to fix the glitch. It should not take them a month and 2 days to fix the glitch.
Because now they're acting like there's a duplicate AdSense account. But why would you tell me there's no AdSense account that I filled out back in June 27th and then say there isn't one? And then when I try to do whatever they want to fill out for tax purposes, then they're, you duplicated it. It sucks. It's a bunch of shit. It shouldn't. I get that they're worried about people scamming, but there should be an emergency fix service or something to say, hey, something glitched here. Help me figure this out. Let's fix it. Let's make it right. Let's do it the right way. Whatever.
Yeah,
if I'm doing it wrong.
Way too many YouTube channels. There are way too many YouTube channels.
I get it. So it's, hey, let's can it. That's why I said if people want to support it, my locals works. It's a membership. You can sign up for it without paying anything. You get notified when I go live. The membership's $5. I'm not asking anybody to do memberships, but I'm just saying it does help so I can improve the show and all this stuff down the road. Like I said, I don't force anybody. I just, I'm not that way, but I feel bad for some of my super chatters that have, I don't know if that money's going to go my way because they weren't giving it to YouTube.
No, they're not doing it. And it shouldn't go to YouTube. It should go to you. You didn't do anything wrong. They screwed up. And how they messed this up is beyond me. If you've had that since June 27th,
and then they act like it's not associated with anything, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? All I did was follow their stupid alert that they had on my studio. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
That's crazy.
And all I need them to do is remove the one that just got. If it's duplicated for some reason, just remove the one I did yesterday and
remove the duplicate.
Reverse it. Mm-hmm. Because all I'm trying to do is trying to make it work.
Yep.
And so, yeah, it's been very frustrating. Because at first when it says, we have demonetized you and you're not approved for AdSense, I was like, what? And I'm looking at my content, I'm like, but I don't violate the terms of service. I don't, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm one of the guys that toe the frickin' line on YouTube. I'm a frickin' saint to 90% of the damn people on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So what the hell? And it just, and I wasn't trying to bring that up too much, but I know some people asked me about it, and it's just kind of. But I'm not stopping streaming, guys. I'm not stopping that. I'm going to keep growing this channel. I'll keep fighting it, but I feel like I feel like what happened with Chaos and Phasma last night, where she got slammed through the wall and bent over. that felt like me tonight.
Didn't even get a reach around, man.
Oh, you missed that. You missed that last night, Mike.
No.
The ghost got her.
Goodness.
And it was hilarious. I'm like, what the hell did the ghost do? Chaos?
Jeez. Someone needs to clip that.
I still have it. Yeah, I need to clip that. It was so screwed up. I'm like, what?
Trying to bend me over and take it. Come on, man.
It threw you halfway through the wall too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, had to make sure I was unconscious. Didn't want me awake for what I was about to do.
Oh. All right. Well, this just got dark.
It was bad. It was an alien situation.
BS Gaming says, make that a meme.
Make that a meme.
How I feel as a YouTube creator sometimes. But we'll endure. Well, guys, this community ain't going anywhere, and I love you guys a lot, man. Just freaking sucks, you know? But we still had a good talk on Metal Gear tonight. We still had a good talk on physical media. And I got one other late breaking news today, and it is not the U.
Don't you dare
to
say
the
it.
T.
I will.
Unity.
Oh, jeez. He's so tired of Unity.
Oh, God.
Someone clip. I good thing I'm clipping that.
Yeah, you can raise all kinds of funds that YouTube won't give you with that one.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know. I know.
Freaking YouTube.
Yeah. So Netflix
man.
supposedly adds 8.8 million subscribers amid the password sharing crackdown, which is incentivizing Disney and all of them. And I'm like, how? And they say, so I want to see their fucking numbers because that seems awful inflated. I know a lot of people that canceled because they were mad because if they were a truck driver, they couldn't watch Netflix anymore because they were in different IPs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But they're celebrating it and saying, so with that in mind, price hikes for everybody. Second one this year. So
That
some
seems
plans,
like some Trump logic right there.
some plans in the US, UK, and France are immediately jumping up in price. So in the US, the price of the basic plan, the lowest without ads, is no longer available. So if you didn't, sucks to be you. And that will jump from $9.99 to $11.99. At the premium plan that lets you watch it in ultra high def across 4 supported devices at one time is now going from $19.99 to $22.99. $3 increase. So basically what this is telling us is, and the ad supported and standard plans remain unchanged for some of those regions, blah, 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 blah. But basically what this tells us is 2 times in a year they have price hiked us. And they claim that they're getting more subs because of the crackdown sharing. I think that's bullshit. There is no way. And I made a comment on Twitter today. I made a very beautiful comment, and I will share this. Share the love, maybe. Actually, I'll just go ahead and read it. I read it.
Yeah,
this was my response. Let me pull it up.
Boy, this is gonna be golden.
Yep. This was also the IGN, by the way. It's your favorite news media. All right, so.
Everybody go silent.
I'm pulling it up right now. I'm pulling this up. Because I also had to tell some guy, please reread before he tweets, because he's an idiot. All right, this is what I responded. I swear we just raised prices early this year. $23 now to watch reruns and some new content. You know, these stream services are driving people back to cable. They definitely aren't worth $23 a month. That's what I wrote. So the reason I say that is, okay, think of it this way. You have Netflix. You have HBO Max, who just went up. I think they're almost $20, and I think it's $19. You have Paramount. You have Disney Plus, Hulu,
Disney Plus.
You have, I think there's one other stream service out there. Peacock, thank you.
Peacock.
So by the time you get 3 or 4 of those, you are now paying as much as you did with cable TV, which you got more channels with cable TV. Or you can go get the bunny ears like my dad did and get 122 channels to watch a whole bunch of crap without paying a freaking dime, because they do that for, you know, people that don't have money. And you get
Depending on the area.
Depend on there, yeah. And, well, I think here it's like 300 channels. So it's like...
Okay.
But my point is, that's a lot of freaking money for a stream service, especially if you're not finding stuff you want to watch. Amazon Prime service is fantastic because guess what? It's built into the fact that it's with my shipping and everything else all rolled into one fee. Hell, that's why I got Amazon Music, so I can listen to music on top of that. It's great. But now Netflix and all these guys are price gouging the shit out of everybody.
So for me, I wish Netflix had this. They don't, which is stupid. If you look at Peacock, if you look at Paramount Plus, Max, you look at all of those, they have, and Boomerang is another one. If you want all cartoons from Cartoon Network with Boomerang, they all have annual billing options where you pay one price for the full year. At the end of 2021, I switched a lot of that to annual billing. My Disney Plus is on annual billing because I only want to pay once. I am too old and too tired to be paying 15, 16, 19, 25, whatever. If Netflix told me that we have the ad-free plan for $150 a year, okay, boom, you have my money instantly. Just because that's just the way that I roll. But man, these price hikes, a lot of people, even us, some people can't afford.
Well, it's getting worse. Inflation, they just said inflation went up in September, the highest it's been. You see that in the grocery stores. I'm paying more just to eat healthy, Mike, every day. All these power companies want more money. Like vultures. It's like everybody's trying to pick the bones and no company wants to raise wages, which they don't have to. I get that. But it's not as competitive as it used to be because they all know they can lock you in at one price and take it or leave it. And that's why people are leaving their jobs within a year, 2 years, because they can't stand working for low pay. But then on top of that, everything's going up. Social Security got a little bit of a raise, right? It's already been outphased by Medicare B supplement that's as effective of January, and all the other inflationary prices. So poor old grandma who's, living on her own on Social Security is getting hammered. And yet these companies, for a stream service, they don't even have to add new shows to it. They keep raising rates on it. And we're not getting near the value we used to. Half the time I can't find shit on Netflix. I mean, yes, there's a few good series on there. I hear One Piece is fantastic. But the problem that comes with it is most people can't afford to go here and here. And here's the other problem. What if these stream services decide they're going to lock you into a contract going forward? Because that's what I've heard that a lot of them are wanting to do, because they're tired of you binge watching something like Ahsoka for a month and then you unsub. They don't want that anymore. They want you to stay.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, I pay for I use Hulu, I use Discovery Plus, I use when I every once in a while if Netflix has something or if they've see, for me with the streaming services, it isn't about the new content that they're creating. Okay, Ahsoka is a little different, but Disney Plus is different. But like Netflix, Hulu, when I first subscribed to the online stuff back in 2008, 2009, all as I wanted to be able to do was watch like Beverly Hills Cop 2 or whatever.
Yes.
Kind of thing back in the day. Same thing now. All as I'm looking for, it left, but it came back. The 2010 A-Team film, which I know a lot of people don't like, I find it to be okay, and I enjoy it for the most part, and I enjoy it to the point where I've watched it multiple times. But it left Hulu for a while. It is now back on Hulu. But it's one of those things where you see all these Funko Pops and stuff behind me, right?
Yeah.
See all that stuff? back 15 years to 2008. All of this shit back here have been DVDs. I still have photos of 3 giant DVD shelves of all the DVD, TV show, complete series, and everything else that I used to have, because I love watching a lot of the old stuff. I'm not that into, and that's the problem is because all these people, and I know we invited the Chaos Queen here, and we'll let you speak in a moment. I'm so sorry. But these companies have to keep their IP going. It means they constantly do new I don't want to say reboot, because it's not always a reboot. You look at Transformers, they're not technically rebooting Generation 1. They're doing new versions, new this, new that, new animation styles, whatever. It's constantly changing. They're doing all this new stuff because they have to keep the IP going, which means not getting anything new. Like, what's the latest thing that they said that they're going to remake? I forget what it is. There's some new remake of something, insert whatever here kind of thing, and I'm like, please, like, in the 80s, Transformers, He-Man, Thundercats, Voltron, it was all mask, it was all new. She-Ra, it was all new because we never had it before. 40 years later, we don't have anything new because they want to keep the money going on these IPs that they've had for 40 or 50 years, and we can't, like, most of the time I have zero interest in getting into anything new. I would rather watch anything I've already watched a million times before than have to start something new, because the other thing is networks and TV companies and whatever, they do not let you get into something new nowadays. Netflix will do a 6-episode season or series or whatever, and then it'll be like, oh, it didn't make us any money, so it's not going to go anywhere. We're not going to give you a season 2. We're going to either leave you on a cliffhanger or close it off, and you're never going to be able to watch this again. And I'm just like, why would I want to get into that then?
There you go. I brought Chaos Queen on the logo here. There you go.
Yeah, there she is.
There you go. So, yeah, I agree with you. And, Chaos, you got any input?
I'm not even following the conversation, hon. I'm running a fever.
Oh, no.
Go to bed. I'm so sorry we summoned you when you were sick. Go to bed.
Oh, it's fine. I do it all the time.
We didn't expect you were this sick.
Yeah.
It was all fun. We were just like, hey, but if we say her name 3 times real fast, will she show up?
Hell yeah.
All fun and games until somebody gets fitted for a glass eye.
But
No, but I mean, the streaming things, the thing is and I'm going to say this, and I'm putting myself under the bus here, but as long as there's people like me out there, they're going to be doing fine, because I'll get these streaming services and everything and pay out the ass for it monthly, because if I want to cancel, I can cancel and everything like that. And then I completely forget about them until the bill comes out of my account and I'm like, wait, what's this? Oh yeah, I should watch this. So, I mean, and I'm a little flighty when it comes to subscriptions, but I have so many. And with people like me out there and there are a lot of us, there are a lot of flighty little
So would you
fruitcake.
like to subscribe to my new streaming service?
Absolutely. What you playing?
Anything. It's just you're gonna forget about it, right?
Yeah, most likely. That's the thing. It's because YouTube and gaming, like, so Steam, la la la, and YouTube. And Discord, Steam, and YouTube. That is what is on my computer all the time. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Brad says, I feel like they used the pandemic shortage as an excuse to raise prices, never brought the prices back. Exactly. And as
100% they did.
Yeah, this was all, as much as I hate saying, not trying to put on the tinfoil hat, I feel like this was all by design to phase out the middle class, unfortunately, and also the lower middle class. And yeah, BS Game was talking about, it says Kai was talking about his locals. Yeah, pretty much. But, you know, that's the thing about it. It's frustrating because I don't watch much streaming service. I don't even watch much TV. If I'm on here, I'm working on making content, planning what I'm going to do, trying to figure out what the next operation's going to be, editing, or I'm watching a couple of my fellow content creators. I really don't watch much anymore. I'm listening to Geekcast Radio podcast, which I highly recommend. They're really good. Shameless plug there. And
shameless plug.
Yeah, I know that's not what you said, Brad, but I'm just, I'm improvising there. Smart ass. but it's a shame that we're going this where we keep getting these price hikes. And I know Disney, there's talking about raising prices again on that.
Oh yeah, it's just going to keep going up as long as people pay it. It's just going to keep going up. And the messed up thing is all they have to do, all they're obligated to do is send you a email, which you're probably subscribed on an email that you don't even check. It doesn't come to your phone or anything. It'll just go there and you won't even actually receive it. But they sent it, so their legal obligation is done, and about all these price hikes, and it'll just keep going. And then 6 months down the road, you're like, wait, when did this happen?
Yeah.
And they're gonna just keep doing it. It's gonna keep happening, and it is what it is. And I would gladly switch over to cable, but here's the thing: I no longer even own a television.
Oh, I still have a couple televisions, but we use Roku because it's free.
Yeah, I have my computer. I have 3 screens on my computer. Everybody in my house has their own computer, and we just use the streaming service and everything. And my kids use my streaming service, so I really, really did not appreciate that from Netflix.
Yeah. That whole password sharing shit was ridiculous. I think
you're allowed to have how many accounts? 6 accounts or something?
Yeah.
But that worked when my kids were all little and living in my house. But now they're grown. I don't see why I should have to stop sharing with them and helping them out, so that's one less bill they have to pay.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, that's the biggest problem is they decided, we can make more money off cutting all that out. And you're right, they can. But the problem with that is not everybody's going to come back. Now I'm really shocked. They said they got 8.8 million subscribers now. I want to see those numbers because I think that's bullshit, and they'll never release those numbers. But it's just okay, that's going to incentivize Disney, who's screaming, we're going to stop the password sharing too. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Right there. That is straight up some Trump numbers right there. Fucking Donald Trump, man, right there. I had this many people voting for me. That many people don't even live in that fucking state, you dumb fuck.
Let's not go too much politics.
No, I'm just saying that, it's been all over the news and everything. He blew up numbers and shit. And other politicians do it all the time as well. Yeah. But that's been the most publicized.
So I need to be a politician.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're just saying, this is how many have been doing this. Nah, show me the proof. Show me the receipts, biatch. I don't believe it. I don't either.
I mean, it's frustrating because, I don't know what else you can do. And it's... And Diane says there's a way you can log in using a web browser. And that's right, Gaki. When one leads, the others will follow shortly after testing how far they can push. You are 100% correct on that. And that's the biggest problem was every time consumers capitulate, every time somebody goes, it's gaming, movies, whatever, every time somebody capitulates and buys something, then they're like, okay, this is going to work. Let's keep doing it. And what ends up happening is you find yourself in this predicament that you cannot get out of. And you can't, the thing is, you can't say, well, I'm going to boycott this. You can only do it yourself, because otherwise you can get sued for that. But, if a consumer is tired of something, they should just not support it. That's the only way.
That's the thing. Yeah,
but you can't get everybody to do it. I mean, but Disney has saw the effects of it finally. It took a long time, but now they're finally, find themselves in a pain train. It took them a long time. Granted, they're talking about trying to buy EA. That's the rumor I keep hearing. So, I don't think we've seen the end of that.
No. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if we have a good answer for how we get out of the mess. And I'm sure everywhere everyone is suffering from high inflation, and these companies are going to use an excuse to capitalize on it. I'm sure it don't cost that much, but I guarantee you, if everything goes to a cloud base,
it adds up, man.
They're going to raise those rates so damn high.
Oh, yeah.
It all adds up.
It does. It adds up, especially in now day and age. We got to test this for Mike.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
One of the best sounds ever.
Oh no! Oh no!
Shut up!
Oh, he took off his ears. He took off his ears.
University.
Eunuch.
Failed it.
And as Gaki says, all you can do is try to consume to your own moral standards. Eventually, they'll make a fatal move and the tides turn. Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean,
look what happened with Blizzard.
Just everything, So we'll see what happens on that. But we are. See. Oh, Brad says Unicron.
Unicron.
Everybody's got a tournament with you, starting with Uni now.
Unicycle.
Unicorn.
Actually, I will be right back. Give me a second.
I can hurry back.
Unite. So also they were the latest article I saw from Fortune, courtesy of Steve Megatron. The software CEO was forced out after trying to squeeze clients for more money. So even though the Unity boss John Ristello stepped down with immediate effect, it has completely destroyed years of trust and goodwill overnight. So that is the latest news on that. Not getting any better. And Unite.
Oh boy.
Unity.
Universe.
Unity needs
a
chaos bringer. That's what Unity needs.
Hey, Unicron. Yeah.
Oh.
Old school Unicron there.
Oh no, this is an old school Unicron. This is Funko Pop Unicron.
Oh, so it's recent?
Yeah, it came out a couple of years ago.
Oh, nice.
It's based off of the HasLab, the giant $600 one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's pretty much movie accurate for the most part, but it's based off of the HasLab Unicron that they funded a couple of years ago. $600 for that thing. That thing is like 3 times the size of my head or bigger.
It looks like Loki's helmet.
It kind of does. Now that you say that. Yeah, the horns and everything. It kind of does.
Yeah, the horns maybe, but not the face.
Yeah.
No, the face looks like a very angry chihuahua.
And Stone says it's the universal troll now.
Uh-huh. Well, Stone has always been a universal troll.
Correct.
He will troll anybody.
All right, so we've hit our 2 hours. That way we we can kind of wrap things up here. So at this point, we're going to direct the questions and comments to chat. If you have any last minute comments about tonight's conversation, I'm leaving it open. And yes, I will update you guys when I know more about the demonetization of if it's going to get fixed or what the hell's going on. Because yeah, like I was telling Mike earlier, it felt like I got smashed in the balls with a Louisville Slugger metal bat tonight. Completely destroyed me.
At least it was only a metal version, because if they used the wood ones, you'd have splinters everywhere.
Yeah, but depends on who's swinging it. It wouldn't matter. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. Anybody in the chat? You got any questions for us? You got anything you want to talk about? You got anything you want us to bring up before we get the hell out of here?
Yep.
Speak up. And Stone BS, buddy.
Yeah. Anybody.
Doesn't look like it.
I know, chat. Let these boys know that you can't just summon the chaos.
Yes, we can.
Apparently,
no, you can't. I'm sick.
Apparently we did. We just said her name 3 times fast, not knowing she was sick.
Well, I mean, Beetlejuice is on vacation. I had to take his
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. Don't do a damn sequel 40 years after the original.
Yeah, it's true.
2 is the new. Yeah, so Beetlejuice 2 is supposedly coming at some point.
Yeah.
Once the strikes are over and all that stuff. But yeah, that was what it was. That what I was trying to think of earlier. But yes. Chaos Queen, go to bed.
Yeah, go get some rest, my friend. And sorry we summoned you, but hey, it was good seeing you. And Stone says sick and twisted. Well, hey, Chaos Queen's awesome.
We know you're sick and twisted, Stone.
Well, he is, yeah.
Yeah. I'm dark and twisty. I just happen to be a little bit sick.
All right, everybody. Good night, and thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And big shout out to our guests, Mike and Chaos Queen. And I will be back tomorrow for Sons of the Forest, since I think Captain Ruggles may not make it tomorrow. We'll see. So we'll go from there. And Brad says, "All hail the Chaos Queen." With that, good night, and I will be in Discord lobby momentarily if you want to talk. Later.
Bye.
Hold on. Where the hell's my